Hi participants. I think few of the participants are already here, and what's up, Ambrose, Athornum, Gerard, Goodness, Wahid? Uh, am I audible to you? So I would like you to say something about today. How are you, and how is your day?
Hello, Danish. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, great. I'm good.
Thank you. Thank
What's
you so
up?
much. Today went well. I was working on a planning for last couple of weeks. So finally, able to develop the final planning documentation. I must send to my partners and start working on this. So I'm super excited. Also in Bangladesh, Friday and Saturday is actually weekend. So today is the last day of weekdays. So that is also tomorrow is going to be a weekend. So how about you?
Yeah, it's great in Pakistan, and as usual, it's very warm, sunny day, and it's always a great day when we know that we have to speak for 2 to 3 hours. As a trainer, it's a job and it's a passion as well. But tell me about something about Bangladesh. What kind of speciality? For example, if we ask you to send us something special food, so what would be that from Bangladesh?
Um, we have many things, and I think most of the foods are pretty uh, common to both countries. I mean, to say Pakistan and Bangladesh, we have like, for example, like biryani. I was
Mm-hmm.
also assuming that biryani is very available and popular in Pakistan, but maybe like the way we cook might be a little different. Apart
Mm-hmm.
from food, we have some traditional sweets like cakes, handmade cakes. Those are also interesting food. Uh, Fuchka, which is like pani puri, if you say
Uh-huh.
in the Indian context, but we have a different version of it, fuchka, which is also famous. So beside this, we grow very good quality of mangoes in mango season. So that's something also very good as a food uh, for us. And also like we have plenty of street foods in terms of kind of spices, or the way we cook is very rich and spicy. So that's something interesting, or like a different than most of the other part of the world, I guess.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Many things I think we discussed about speciality of Bangladesh. So let's go to the other participant. Let's have a chit chat. Who would be the next person? Ambrose, are you there? Uh, can you speak?
Yes,
Um,
hello.
how are you, Ambrose? So how is your day?
I'm doing good. Currently, I'm doing good. I'm northern Uganda. The weather is okay. The weather is good. It's raining. I think it's about to rain also. Yeah, so everything is okay here.
So would you like to send some rain in Pakistan?
Yeah, surely. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so what's the speciality of Uganda? Like if we ask you to send some special food, what would be that from Uganda?
Uh, I think the most common food in Uganda is called matoke.
Okay.
Matoke is like bananas, cooked bananas.
Mm.
Yeah. So we grow them in plenty here. So I think that's a special thing I can send to you. And then another thing is cassava flour. We also eat cassava flour here so much.
That's great. I'm sure it would be very tasty.
Yeah, sure. They are tasty.
I wish one day we will visit Uganda and we will taste it soon.
Yeah, sure. You.
Okay, so Etharnam.
Hello, was my name mentioned?
Yeah, Etharnam, how are you?
Danish, I think there is a background noise is coming from your side.
Okay,
Like
let me mute it
noise.
myself.
It's not about background noise. I probably it's from your headphone, something like maybe you unplugged it and plugged it again. Then it might
Is it
work.
fine now?
Yeah, now it's fine.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Etharnam, over to you.
Oh, okay, yes, Danish. It's good to meet everyone today as well. It's 11:15 a.m. at my place here, and yeah, I've been seated at my desk for quite a while now, waiting for the session to begin, as well as working on a few things in terms of my work. So, yeah, it's been good. The training so far. Yesterday, I particularly liked Hassan's presentation. The things he shared with us yesterday, goal setting and priority management and all of that. Those are things personally I have heard over and over again, but then the way and manner in which he presented it, the passion with which he was talking, and the fact that he went through the presentation twice, really gave me, it sent to me a very strong message about the fact that, yeah, all the big people, the big companies out there, this is what they do. Yeah, so later I took my time to go over my notes once again, just to re-imbibe, what I already know, and then to see the way forward. And then just to use this platform to share that today is the International Day for the awareness of food waste and food loss. And these are huge global issues now. And I am a food person. I'm a chemical engineer and a food scientist as well. So anything relating to food, is very passionate to me. So I want to share to us that this issue, we have to tackle it from our end individually and globally. So whatever we can do at our homes, workplaces to reduce food waste, let's try as much as possible. Simple things such as handling fresh produce with care, such as keeping eye on your food to prevent it from burning whilst you are cooking. All those simple things help to reduce food waste. Yes, so today too, I'm looking forward to a very insightful and educative session with everyone here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and any special food from your country? Any speciality?
Yes, there are lots of special foods, and personally, I love. We call this food wokple with abobitaji. That's the local name, and the wokple is made of corn flour. It's just corn flour and water. Then the abobitaji is you use a special kind of fish, and then tomatoes, pepper, and onions, and you grind it. We have this traditional bowl that we use to prepare it to give it some particular flavor. So yeah, that's my favorite.
Wow, that's so great. Thank you for sharing it.
Thank you
So,
too.
Gerard, how are you? How is your day?
Well, good morning, good evening, depending where you're located.
Yeah. Good morning.
Yeah, I'm good. Actually, I'm surprised that Rose on Napa is in northern Uganda. I'm currently pursuing my master's at Gulu University.
Onapi is getting me. Are you still around? So
Yes, yes,
yeah, I'm glad
yes,
that
Gerald.
now I got someone who is nearby, and that we all share the same kind of aspiration of transforming and impacting our communities. So the day was good. In the morning, I had some assignments from. We are doing what we call community attachment and our master's program. So we go and we do 30 days in agri enterprises in any form, be it for profit making or for non-profit making. So I'm working with a non-profit organization that is working to mitigate climate change. They invest in, they are more into tree planting, and I think the future projects that they have is to work in carbon crediting. And yeah, so today in the morning I had assignments of digitalizing their tree species. Though I didn't accomplish it, but it is still in the process. I had to improvise so that I can come and attend this training. So I'm glad to hear from everybody, and any question, you're welcome.
I would like to know about the speciality of your part of country.
Well, we have the specialty is traditional dance. Is called
Great.
yeah,
I wish we could
it's,
see it now. I don't know.
yeah. You will search from any search engine, they will show you traditional dance of Rwanda. You will
Okay.
enjoy, and you will thank me later. So it is typical, like you can say every country has its typical thing that makes them special. So our dance is unique. Both men and women dance in their way, but they can like mix the group of women come, they dance, then later on group of men come and dance in a different ways. So that is the typical thing. Of course, food is also part of it, but yeah, every kind of the country. But in our region, I think in East African part, we do have the same kind of food, apart from, yeah, apart from some small slight difference in preparation, but we all take what we call posho. In East Africa, we call it kaunga or posho. We all take matoke, like Onapa said. So in food, there is little variability, I can say. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, goodness, how are you? How is your day?
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you are.
Great. Hi, Danish. Hi, hi, everybody. My day is going well. It's been good. It's 1:23 here in Uganda, and it's rainy. It's been raining since I think about 2 hours or so right now, and yes.
Can you show us the
And yeah, I've just been indoors, and so yeah, and working on stuff from the office. Sorry.
I was just saying, can we can you show
Hello, Dennis. Did you say something?
I said, can you show the rain? Is it possible? Can we see the rain?
Well, your voice is so low.
So
To show you the rain?
yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm not actually outside right now because I'm inside the house. So I don't know.
So we would be
I
having
don't think
very
that's possible
tough
though.
conversation.
It
Okay.
stopped in into it.
I don't know.
So
Are we all camera shy?
Danish, you
Are
said,
we
is it
all
possible I show you the rain? Was that what you said?
exactly? Yes.
Wow, I lost you. I lost you for a while.
Yeah. So
I lost you for a while. Please, can you repeat yourself?
am I audible to you? Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible right now.
Okay. So your day has been going well, right? Is it? So
Wow, the network is really bad, Danish.
is it fine now?
Okay,
Is it
yeah,
fine?
it's a bit better. Yes, it is.
That's good. That's good. So Susie, how are you?
Hi. Hi, Danish.
Good to see you. So how your day has been till now?
I get to see you too. My day has been fine. I'm just feeling a little bit weak and sick, but yeah, I'm glad I can attend today's session.
That's good. That's good. So we would be starting in a while. Today we would be having very good conversation. We would be having very in-depth talk regarding uh, leadership tunnel, and we would be talking about some management skills. But I want all of you to be very active today, because only then we would be able to take maximum benefit out of this session. So first of all, I would request you to please go to the Excel sheet, the Greater Pathway Road worksheet. I already shared with you people. So do you all have that link? That you don't? So can you go to that sheet?
Sorry, where can I find it?
Okay, let me share the link.
Okay.
Yusa, I just pasted the link in the chat box. Please, all the participants, I would request to click the link and access the worksheet.
Danish, I didn't receive any link in this chat box.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, wait, let me see. Okay, so Sumale has just shared the link, and you can click the link, go to the Excel sheet, and we would be going accordingly. If you have opened the link and the screen is visible to you, please write a yes in the chat box. So you all have received the link. Please confirm it. That's great. That's great. Sumale, I would request to give me hosting rights so I can share my screen.
You should be able to share your screen now.
Okay, great, great. So, so is it visible to you, to all of you? Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So first of all, what we will be doing is that we already discussed about personality. We already discussed about emotional intelligence. We already discussed uh, about effectiveness, time management, how to manage people, how to be self-aware, and we already discussed about how to be well known to not only to yourself but also to the people. And after Johari window, now we are on that particular stage. We can now really move forward. So first of all, there are few questions uh, that have been posted here. If you can see this, that leadership pathway worksheet, and appearance part is our introduction part. If you really feel that you want to update your introduction, please do that. Uh, in, in do include your generic skills and your unique selling points, your unique strengths, then how you can help your fellows. After that, please add your LinkedIn profile here. I already received few of the links from the fellows. Thank you very much to them. Uh, but if anyone of you have not pasted their LinkedIn profile link here, so please do that. And before giving recommendation to your fellows, let's move to this question. So first question, uh, we would be talking about leadership and management skills. But first of all, we have to understand the leadership tunnel. And the greatest question is that what is one of the greatest leadership challenge you are facing right now? I want every one of you to write your greatest challenge as a leader. Like for example, if I am a leader, I posted this one. So as a leader, how to lead and motivate my team when they expect financial benefits and I am unable to provide them that due to the financial crisis my organization is facing. So this is my individual leadership challenge I am facing right now. So I would want all of you to write one of your greatest leadership challenge that you are facing right now. So after that, when you are able to write your one that big question, we would be discussing that question and taking solutions from each other. So that would engage us in a consulting relationship with each other. So that would be not only problem identification, but we would be definitely looking for some solutions as well. So it's clear. Please add your individual greatest leadership challenge that you are facing right now, and you can read mine so you can get the idea, and it has to be in a question mark so the other person can answer to your this leadership challenge, because we believe in peer learning. One of the greatest strength managers have these days is to not only identify your own problem, but also to seek for solution, and we are doing that right now. So yeah, you can write your greatest leadership challenge, but that has to be in a question mark, like you are asking from us, so this is my leadership challenge, what I should do about it. So all of us are very experienced, and we have different background, different expertise, so I'm sure it would be a very quality discussion. If there is any question, please feel free to unmute your mic and speak, ask, comment, give feedback, anything you want to do, you can. And this is very critical activity, and it would be part of our memories, it would be part of our learning tunnel, where we would be definitely uh, identifying, not only identifying and asking for our problem and solution, but at the same time, as a leader, as a manager, we would be identifying and giving suggestions to solve the problems of our fellows as well. So think uh, and write in a specific way your problem. So yeah, Batul has already. Batul, if you can unmute and can share what is your greatest problem as a leader?
Mm, It's more specific as for the venture, not for the leader in general, but like the major thing is keeping staying committed despite everything else.
Okay. So,
Because we have limited time, and I'm not, like, at least I'm not financially stable, for example, to quit my work and work on the venture alone. Meanwhile, it's not yet guaranteed and all of that. So how to keep this momentum?
okay. So you are saying that there are some commitments and you are looking after those, and due to that it's very difficult to manage things in a parallel manner.
Yes, kind of. Although, like, we want to, we just can't enough.
Okay, so now this is a management problem. If you see, I would like others to please comment on this. We all are somehow running our social ventures. We are part of teams, we are leading teams, we are contributing, and we are doing a lot in our lives. So I would really want to listen to your comments on this so that we can discuss one by one. I have my view on this, so but it would be better to take others' views as well. So Gerard, Ambrose, Susie, Goodness, Nalomansi, Aisha, any one of you would like to comment on what Batul should
Yes.
do?
Can I go first?
Yeah, sure, please. So go ahead.
Okay. And so I think when we had also just started our social venture, we kind of had that kind of a problem. But the best way to like address that is that you have educational commitments, you have professional commitments, and you also have your maybe your passion, maybe like trying to address your social venture, you have it with you. So the best way to do that is to allocate time, just like how I'm going for maybe my lecture from 8 to like maybe 5 p.m. So even that, like allocating specific amount of time, knowing that every day from maybe from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., I am only and only working upon my venture activities, trying to plan for it, do any activity, but knowing that it may be in every week I have, if you can commit around 20 hours or even less according to the need. So just have a committed time. My recommendation is to like have a committed time specific for your social venture. That will help you be accountable for it if you have that specific time. So when that time comes, you even have a reminder on your phone. So it keeps you not to forget about it rather than not having that time to commit. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, thank you, Susie, for a wonderful answer. Anyone else? Anyone who would like to comment on what Batul is asking for? Then I have a very good question, maybe a follow-up question I would be asking from Batul and all of you as well. But before that, I would like to take another comment. Susie has a very good comment, but let's see if we have any other comment on Batul's question. Yeah, Goodness.
I think I do.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So it's not always easy drawing a line or momentum between your education and your professional commitment. So what because I am also in school and I am also running a venture. So what I do most times is to like make sure I have my priorities set right. Yes, both of them are very important, and it's possible to give both of them the right amount of time and commitment and everything, but still you have to prioritize what in particular you want to give time. Since you have a team member, you shouldn't carry everything on your own, or you shouldn't just take all the work and everything. You should be able to delegate tasks to your team member. And like Batu said from yesterday, she said she just has one other person, so you're two in your team, which means whatever tasks you have, you can actually split it into two. Don't just take up the task because they're just the two of you. And hopefully you might grow to the point where you have other people where you can delegate tasks to, someone handling the social media, another person handling the finance or something. So prioritize, know what you can handle at a particular time in your professional career, or know what you can handle at a particular time in your educational career, and then just set time for them. Use an app or something to set time for them, but priority comes for, like, you should know what to prioritize and then delegate the tasks to your teammates. Don't just take all the tasks to yourself. I hope that helps.
Yeah, so Batul, I would like to I would like you to write 2 or 3 words and conclude these 2 suggestions in your solution box. So we would be doing it one by one. So yeah, so Batul, you can write, like for example, she has mentioned commitment, delegation, prioritization. So these are the 3 words I took from these 2 comments. So what are the key takeaways from these 2 comments, these 2 answers on your question? But before that, I have a question from all of you. As a manager, do you think that multitasking is important? We should prefer multitasking, or we should focus on one thing at a single point of time? So what you would prefer as a manager, and what is your management technique? Are you a multitasker? Are you a person who wants to do one task at a time with full focus, dedication, and commitment? So floor is open. It has to be a very rich discussion because we all are professional people and belonging from different background. Atornam, your comment on this, please.
Yes, so this has been a very controversial issue for a very long time now, and I've discussed it with people from different groups and all of that, and I've personally drawn a conclusion, and which is that it depends on the individual. There are some people, they are able to multitask. At a time, they can do a number of things and be able to do them efficiently. There are some people too, they want to do one thing at a time. Now, when it comes to me, I have done this, I have gone these 2 ways, several times. And I realized that it depends on the task at hand. If it is something that is very involving, especially mentally, then focusing on it only at that moment really helps me. And also I realized that even if it does not involve, a lot of mental power, still doing one thing at a time is really helpful to me. So I like to write down the things I'll do for a particular day. So for instance, for today like this, I had written down all that I want to do yesterday evening. So once the day starts, I usually wake up 4 a.m. and once the day starts, I go about my work, and usually too, I already have what I want to do in my mind. So once I start, I focus on it, I do it, and I finish. But then the truth is, practicing it, like doing that single thing, if it's an hour or 30 minutes, it used to be difficult, as human beings, I want to focus on this, I want to do this at this time, but you end up receiving some calls, replying some messages and all of that. But the times where I have decided to focus on just that one thing, if it's an hour for an hour or so, it has really yielded more quality results than me trying to do all this, check that at a time. So yes, that's my take on it.
So yeah, thank you very much for the response. It was very detailed one, very good one. But again, a follow-up question: do we really believe as a manager we should have, like for example, you are saying that it depends on person to person, but uh, do you really think that it is possible, like for example, if a person says that I am a multitasker, person B says I will do one thing at a time. So do you think that it is not flexibility, it's being rigid to our own self, it being caught by the kind of behavior or maybe skill set we have? For example, if we are working in different environment, the world has become a global village. In some point of time, in any organization, maybe at a time, you would be needing to have a multitasking attitude. And same, contrary to this, in any other project, with any other team, on any other task, in any other organization, maybe on any other project program, you would be required to have a focus. For example, it's because I am author as well. I wrote 2 books on personal professional development, and I do read personalities. I do write on articles on personal professional development. When I wear a hat on of author, writer, I cannot do multitasking. I have to sit alone. I have to focus on my writing. I would then only be better able to write a good chapter, write a good lesson. And if I'm back to my official work life, in that particular scenario, I am expected to do multitasking. Maybe inside me, I'm not a multitasker, but I know that in a corporate world, in a global phenomena, in the age of digital revolution, in the age of industrial revolution, in the age of social revolution, every professional, every manager has to be adaptable to any kind of situation. Do we really think that the adaptability, flexibility is very important, or we should follow our internal skills that I can only produce best result when I focus on a single task at a time? So I would want your comments on this, on these 2 school of thoughts. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Ambrose.
Yeah, thank you. Very interesting questions. Okay, the first question also respond like the previous speakers. First, it depends on human beings, the kind of person you are, individual. 2, it can also depend on the environment you're working in. Then 3, can also depend on the level of task you have. Basically, I will narrow down my discussion on maybe being a startup. To me, if you're a startup or you're a manager of a startup, I think there's a need for you to multitask, because at the stage you are in, to reduce a lot of costs, because at that stage you don't have enough revenue, you don't have what, so you need to really multitask to what? To cut the costs. Let me say, give an example. You're in your startup, maybe you are making some, let me give example, you're producing maybe probably bread. Yeah, and also you're in a production line, and also maybe there's someone who also needs to buy something. Yeah, instead of wasting because at that stage, I don't think you're producing a lot of, you're making a lot of production. So at this stage, you can really be selling also and also like doing production. So I think it really depends on those three areas. But for a startup, you really need to multitask. But when the company or the business reaches some level, maybe they work as interstate, then you can really prioritize and also distribute work. Then on the second question, yeah, I think we need to be adaptive to situations. Like me, someone who can really go with what is at hand. I can say, I can go with what is in the, or what the environment is telling me. If the environment is telling me I should do this and do this at the same time, yeah, I can go with that. Because if I'm not adaptable to the situation, then really either there's something is going to miss or there's something is going to happen if I don't do that, or there's something is going to. So I feel like we should really be adaptable to the situation or to the to whatever the situation is telling us to do. So that is my brief input on those two questions. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. You have really opened the windows of talks. So I think it's very interesting not only to understand that we as a human being, we as a leader, we as a manager have to be productive, have to be flexible, adaptable to any kind of situation. We cannot, we always cannot go by the instinct that I am uh, by, for example, if someone says that I'm a morning person, I'm a morning bird, I can only work in morning. I can only work in morning. I cannot work after 2. I cannot work after lunchtime. So it's like following your intuition, and intuitions are most of the time, or maybe few of the time, some of the time are maybe wrong. So it's very important to have open doors. So that's very good, very critical discussion we are having right now. As a manager, we have to be adaptable to the situation, to the environment, to the task, to the need, and this what we have to inculcate in our team members as well. So that is very critical. So going to the next question. So yeah, who is here? Who is this? Okay, let me see. Yeah, Athornum. So what getting the right people. So I would request you to kindly explain uh, uh, what is your yeah, what is in your mind on this question,
Okay.
please? Yeah.
Yes. So getting the right people to join my team has been a major problem for me. And if I say right people, I mean people who want to make real impact, who are not just interested in the financial gain, or mostly the financial gain. That's been my major struggle now. For my venture, that's Aggregate, which is registered as LNJ Foods Company Limited. We are 3. But then along the line, my other team members seem to have different pathways in life. So they had to take their own path. So they are not on grounds to help with their project or with their venture. And what Batu said about managing educational and professional life together with the venture has been difficult. I've been facing that issue as well, but then with time, I had to take some really great risk or great steps to be able to combat that. So yeah, the situation is not too stable, but then I'm doing my best to handle it as much as possible. So right now, as we speak, I've been reaching out to people who may be interested through several ways. I do run job ads on LinkedIn, not job per se, but more like you joining the team, not only for financial gains, but for what you contribute and for the impact you seek to make. And I've interviewed several people, but as we speak now, it's like none of those people are interested. If the finances, if the financial aspects or financial reward is taken away, no one is really interested. So yeah, that's been my main issue right now till
Yeah,
now.
thank you very much. It's a very, very critical situation. It's a very critically, I would say, a situation as a leader. We are unable to find the right resources, and we need right people at right time at right place, and definitely with the right benefits as well, if you want them to keep motivated and to do whatever they want to do in the organization. So comment from your side, dear fellows, please unmute your mic and have comment on what she's asking for.
Can I come in?
Yeah, sure, please.
Yeah, I'm just interested in some part where she said she has been looking for, did she say workers, right? Like try to hire, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. May I ask which kind of work do you need them to do?
Yes, so I would say that there are different aspects, and right now, since my venture is a for-profit, that's what it is. Marketing is a major aspect that is needed, both traditional and digital marketing. So I need marketing personnel on the team and also research, because I do a lot of education on food, consumer education about food. If you say what is an expiry date, what is best before date, those kind of simple things to help arm consumers by anything relating to food. So someone who can do research and do copywriting, I need those people too. And then at the social side, we do processing, we do food processing, and we work with farmers in a particular area called the Boem area in Ghana here. It's in one of the regions. So someone to be able to liaise with the farmers and be a direct correspondence between the company and the farmers, I need such a person on board as well. Yes.
Thank you for your detailed response. Yeah, I think, yeah, first of all, we have the similar project, I think, also dealing with food processing. And we, the way I'm seeing, we had a similar, I think your challenge is also like one I had before, like trying to get one person. My story was like, I think it was at the beginning of this year, I also tried what you did, the same thing. Yeah, like trying to advertise, like etc. But it was really taking long. I did the interview the way you did, also, but the people were asking me, because the people who were applying, they were graduate, masters, they can ask something, because those are the people who are having smartphone. I think in Uganda here, let me give my example here. Yeah, those are the people who are having smartphones. So those are people who know LinkedIn or etc. But these other people, they don't really know. So the problem comes in payment. They can be asking a lot of money, etc. Then what I decided just to do is to job hunt, like just to come back to the ground, look at my circle, the people I have, and try to see the person I know, because this is stuff that I cannot bring someone who I don't know, who I've never met, and come and mess up with something I'm just starting. So what I did, I just came back and started job hunting, like among the people either me I know or my brother or my something within the family know. So that's what I did. I job hunted the people I wanted, like to see who like to bring them to the board rather than what rather than bringing someone who ask for much money, who is not even going to be adaptable to the area I'm working, like in the village, So I think okay, my suggestions to you, like when it comes to hiring those people, maybe you talked about food processing. At least get someone who is really either of the nearby area there, and someone who can you really trust, because if you go and bring someone else from another region, from another place, and you bring it in your team and mess up with everything, because those people, they don't care, they won't care, and they will also be asking for more, like higher pay, yet you're a startup, you are not yet even well established. So I suggest you should just uh, do the job hunting yourself, like get the person, like talk to person, like they don't go for like using the platform to hiring what, because yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. Then on getting the people, ah, maybe let me stop there. Maybe I leave other parts for other people also to share their insight. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Abros, for such a detailed response. And I think you had very good points to make. For example, let me comment on this as well. Honestly speaking, finding a good resource for any kind of organization or venture is very, very critical. And especially, uh, I would I would want us to uh, remind ourselves the time of 60s and 70s. It was that time our grandfathers were uh, in this world, and they were working with different organizations and companies. At that particular time, those people, our grandfathers, those were those were known to be loyal to their organizations. Those were loyal to be there with their companies. But at that particular time, they were not loyal in actual. They were having lack of opportunities in the market. So am I audible? Yeah, am
Yes,
I
yes.
audible?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So that period, 60s and 70s, it has been known as industrial revolution. Our grandfather still came to us, and they say to us that we were very loyal to our organizations. But now when I think of that particular time, they were not loyal to their organization, their bosses, their manager, their leaders, but they don't had opportunities in the market at that particular time. And then if we talk about the time of our parents, uh, early 2000, when they were doing jobs, this was the second revolution in the world in the job sector. It has been known as information revolution. The technology, the IT, and the gadgets, laptops, information communication, and all these international world has become kind of a global village due to all these information systems and gadgets. At this particular time, people really thought about, while all the employees were thinking about uh, uh, the quality of life, they were planning that we should have a good laptop, we should have a good mobile, we should have a good car, we should have a good house. But right now we are into the third revolution, job sector revolution. Now it is called as social revolution. Now if you are hiring employee from the market, it doesn't matter whether it's Bangladesh, Pakistan, Uganda, America, UK, anywhere in the world, in this third revolution, which has been known as social revolution, you cannot hire a resource by attracting them only through financial gains. A good employer really focus on providing a safe, healthy work environment to their employees to attract a good resource. Not only to attract, but also to retain them is very, very critical.
We are running our firm, the Center for Awareness Training and Development. I and Aziz, we both are the co-founder of this organization, and we are running this organization. And Batul, addressing to your question as well in between, when we were studying, it was very difficult for us to manage all these things in parallel. We were studying, but still we had divided our times in a in a good manner to prioritize this. We knew that what kind of task we have to do, what kind of task we have to dump, what kind of task we have to delegate, and what kind of task we have to decide. So do, decide, delegate, and dump. We knew all these formulas, so we were better able to not only manage our enterprise, but also we were doing our parallel consulting and training activities as well. So for me, we are into social revolution, which is the third revolution in employment sector all over the world. Attracting a good resource, it's not only possible right now by only providing a good financial support. We have to provide a good, safe, healthy environment, because now kids are very smart, now youth are very smart, now people are very smart, they are gadget oriented people. One person would be sitting in a village and he would be working for a multinational company. And after pandemic, the world has become change. We are used to all these kind of online webinar sessions, trainings, and such kind of stuff. So now people are updated. We have to think updated in an updated manner, because as a manager, as a leader, as a CEO, as a founder, as a co-founder, as a director, as a executives of our ventures and programs, we are not only a manager, we are not only a leader, but we are also a recruiter, talent acquisition expert. We are doing many things as a co-founder, as a CEO. It is one of the biggest benefit I see if a person is running his or her venture in early ages. So he is kind of an expert of all the field. He is doing a kind of an MBA while running a venture. Like for example, if I give my example, so I am looking after the digital side of my organization. Aziz is not a financial guy, but still he is looking after all the finances and audits and everything. So this is what I have to say in the response of this question, and to all of you as well. If we want to grow as a manager, if we want to grow as a leader, and if we really want to make our venture on a greater and a global level, we have to be, we have to not only think in a leadership perspective, but as a management perspective as well. And hiring good people is part of talent acquisition. And if someone is not a business graduate, if someone is not acquired any kind of special certification is in this, so it doesn't matter. If you are running a venture, if you are running a venture, it is more than that. So we have to think differently. So do you agree? I would like you to comment on what I have just shared. I have just shared my experience, these three type of revolution in the job sector. What's your comment on this? What's your say on this? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's very true. Looking at how the world has come and the things that are happening right now, I think what you have said about the social revolution is very true. I have not heard the term social revolution before until now, but then with the description you gave to it and all of that, I think is very, very true. Now, even if you go on LinkedIn, which is supposed to be a professional platform, you see a lot of posts about a work-life balance, employees having time and all of that. Those kind of posts usually have high engagement and likes and all of that. So yeah, I think what you have said is about the social revolution is really true. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. And I just added my point in your box with with kind apology, but I
Yeah, I
wanted
think
to add this
that's
point. I,
that's okay. That's great. Thank you.
uh, my question from you people are great. There is no doubt. There is a simple question. As a leader, as a managers in this 21st century, keeping this in view that we are running our ventures in limited resources, is it very much important for all of us to, if we are looking for a finished product in terms of human resources, or the better idea is to hire an intern, a new person, a passionate one, and to develop that employee to take work from that person? So which school of thought, as a manager, as a leader, as a co-founder, you would prefer, and why?
Can I go?
Yeah, Ambrose.
Yeah, thank you. Before I answer the question, yeah, I've been seeing around most companies or most businesses, they always hire, can I say interns? Yeah, they always hire graduates, intern graduates. Then after some time, maybe 1 year or 2 years, then they can decide to drop them off or continue with them. I think one, because of the reason you gave earlier, because of social work, and also another thing is trust. Because when you bring someone you don't know, or maybe say the person is having masters, yes, is having maybe a degree, but you're bringing the person to your company, and after maybe 1, 2, 3 months, you've made a loss because of that person maybe being lazy, doesn't not doing whatever he has been given, then bringing the company to loss. I think it's always better to bring in turn or bring someone, you hire someone with low skill, then you train. That is what I'm also doing. I told you I kept looking. I job hunted someone with the minimum skills. After bringing that person, I started like taking that person through the training. I trained that person. I think that person is now doing what the other person would have done. You see, so I think the reason why uh, most companies or most businesses, they always hire interns or volunteers just 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 because they don't trust people, like at first, because of making laws in the future. What if they bring someone in and the person bring losses, or bring the person or enter company to something big like that. So yeah, I think it's really good as a manager to bring in someone, hire someone with a minimum skill, then you can really train, or hire intern, or call in for volunteers, and you train that person to become better. Then you fully employ that person. Thank you.
Yeah, good comment, good answer. And Etornum, I would like you to add these points in your green box. So these are your solution box. Uh, so let's help Etornum in this question, and then we would be moving to the next individual challenge. Let's, as expert, we are running our organizations. What she has to do, what kind of benefit she can offer in her job ads or in her employment contract that might attract a good resource. Yes, you are offering financial benefit, but as a manager, because at the end of the day, we are managers, we are leaders. That's why we are running this organization. And these are basically management skills. We are managing a problem. So this is a problem. So what would you suggest to Thornum? What kind of benefit she should add in her ads so she can attract the right kind of resources? Yeah, your comment. So I would like other fellows to comment as well. Gerard, if you can, Goodness, Lucy, Gina, Rita, you are online, so please you can respond to this question so we can move ahead.
Okay, can I go?
Yeah, Goodness, sure, please.
All right. So my opinion or suggestion would be that you look for people who are passionate about the same thing you're working for. There are schools, there are meetings, there are youth, like youth clubs or something that have youth who are passionate about the environment, about climate change, about food, security, and the rest of them. So you could look for those kind of organizations. Tell them you're looking for an intern. That person has to be passionate about whatever it is you're doing, and then bring them on board. It could be an intern. From there, you start training the person. Before you know, you can even bring the person on board as maybe a stakeholder or something, because people love to own things. And when you make the person feel like you're part of this organization, you own this, the person would want to even perform better, give their best value to your organization or your company. And then you see that you have somebody who would stick with you for a very long time. So it's not just about finance, it's also about passion. So that.
Okay, passion. Tornam, you can add this point, and you can you can also add different maybe trainings, maybe certification, maybe exposure trip, maybe exposure program. You can develop a kind of a development program and can portray in your ads as well. Gerard, your hands please go ahead.
Well, thank you very much. And to that question, I think you may even hire, I will start with hiring someone, and that same person is well equipped with the skills, is well equipped with the experience, but he doesn't fit in the sector. The person is targeting something, but he really doesn't feel like he's in the line with the vision of the organization or of the company. So at the end of it, or if the person doesn't feel or is not supportive or he doesn't like really understand the vision of the organization, it may be hard. You may invest a lot in that person, but you may not keep that person because probably he's there just for the gap, or he's not employed somewhere. He wants just to be in the organization as he's applying for other positions somewhere else where he feels like, or where she feels like she fits in that sector. So looking out, maintaining the person requires a lot. It requires you to figure out if that person is really interested or is in that sector, the passion within him, within her, is about what the organization is envisioning to achieve. Otherwise, if there is no passion, if there is no commitment about, or if there is no understanding about what the organization or the company is doing, then that person later on, he may even disappear. So it is always good to find out the people with the same passion, with the same goals, within the same line of project. Instead of getting like a chemical engineer and you bring him in the, I don't know, in beauty and fashion, that will be like awkward. It may not match. So it's all about looking at the person who is like in the line of the organization. Yeah, that I can add that on. And yeah, to what others have mentioned. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Gerard, well, very well explained. You really focused about passion. Yes, it's great. Passion is very, very important. If you have passion, if you take passionate people, a passion, the benefit of working with passionate people is that sometimes they don't work for money, they work for passion. So they show loyalty to, they really show the loyalty to their sector, to their organization, to their maybe bosses, to their team, maybe team members, because they are working in a sector about them, about that sector. They are very passionate about it. So that's why it already produce you loyalty, passion, and maybe a long-term commitment, and they don't even switch their careers if they are working in a sector, and you have picked the right person in the right sector. So Ambrose, your hand is raised, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Mine is just I've seen, is it Susie? Yeah, she put it on the chat there that you can also offer health insurance. But I have a question. Like for the startup like me, let me say my revenue is $100 per day. Can I really like go that level to offer health insurance? I feel like I'll be, I think, I don't know, draining my venture so much. I think I can't afford to offer health insurance. I would like your comments on that also. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a good point. Health insurance has financial perspective in it, so that's why Ambrose has just raised a question that if a venture is not financially that much strong, if a venture cannot support financially, so can financial yeah, health insurance can be part of the benefits. So straight away it can't be simple. But again, what I believe is that, in my experience, let me be very honest with you people, in order to give my message very clearly. We are running our organization for the past 1 decade now, and we have been running through different times, especially in pandemic. We one day, I still remember, in pandemic, Aziz came to me and he said that, look, Danish, we have to shut down this office because we are out of money. But at that particular time, I denied that decision. I sat with him and I convinced him that, look, yes, this is true that we cannot offer few financial benefit to our employees maybe, but we have to find what are our USPs. And after 2-3 days, I and Aziz, we both agreed on this. The world is changing now, and uh, due to pandemic, online trainings and these stuffs are in the market right now. So instead of taking tough decisions and laying off our employees, we decided to work on our USPs and try to chase profitability, try to chase uh, revenues. Now, what I'm going to say, it might look idealistic, but believe me, it worked. There are two type of leaders, two type of managers, two type of founders and CEOs. One type of CEO A, he will always look for savings, how he or she can save her spending, yeah, his spending. And the other mentality, that person would be a productive one, progressive one. He would always work for profitability. He would find ways how to increase financial health of your organization. And in recent past, when I say there is revolution, social revolution in industry, so by that I also mean that there are a lot of non-development organization, there are a lot of NGO, there are a lot of social ventures, there are a lot of non-profit organizations who are now coming towards social entrepreneurship to ensure that they are more sustainable, they are more profitable. So my point is, my take on this is very simple one, that as a founder, I have to think that how I can ensure that I am providing something different to my employees. Yes, that's okay. If that is not health insurance, that's fine. But what else can I provide to my employee? It can be freedom of work. Susie has made a very amazing point by mentioning paid leaves. So I can provide such kind of relaxation. I have worked with British Consul for the past 3 to 4 years. I am their I am their training consultant in Pakistan, and they have very flexible working style. They don't hire you in a sense that they will keep giving you assignments, they will keep giving you money, they will keep giving you financial benefits, but they will never bound you to come to the office, to join the office in a specific particular hours. So such kind of flexibility, relaxation, and maybe there are more other ways we can think. If we think in depth, we can easily find out many benefits instead of giving them health insurance to attract and retain employees. So Ambrose, I think it's I have commented on this. Is it clear? Have you taken my point?
Yes, yes, thank you.
Yeah. So let's see, Gerard, please unmute your mic and share your individual leadership challenge with us.
Well, thank you very much. My challenge now is how to remotely work with the entire team. Like currently, some of the vision bearers are back in school like I do. One lady is pursuing PhD and I'm pursuing masters, so we tend to leave like people who don't like really understand the vision behind, because we launched our social venture in 2019, and in 2020 COVID. So we didn't have time to like nurture and mentor the people who can stay behind, you get. And now the challenge is after COVID gave us like a break, I can say, when to lessen the tie. That is when we're like, maybe let's catch up and see if we can get ahead with our education and we come back to serve the organization. But the issue is we do not have a well-equipped team that we can control remotely. So that is one of the challenges we are facing currently. So I would like to ask for your inputs, and we see the way forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Gerard. So input from your side, dear fellows. So Gerard is facing challenges in remote working. So what's your comment on this? Yes, Susie.
I would also request Gerard maybe to tell us more. I'm sorry, I've not yet read about the organization. Like if you can tell us what you do, because that also matters as we comment.
Yeah, good question, Susie. Yeah, we have different projects currently, but the prototype, we aim at training local farmers in three key areas: environmental or sustainability, entrepreneurship, and of course crop production. So we combine all those. We call them sustainable integrated model farm. So we train farmers on both organic and conventional farming. I don't know if we all understand the concepts, but when you talk about conventional farming, we are looking into the use of mechanization. We talk about the use of synthetic fertilizers. And when we talk about organic, we are talking about using resources within which are friendly with the ecosystem. That is all we are targeting, that is all we are doing. But the prototype current is we started with urban farming, which uses recycling, part of course, part of environmental friendly for sustainability. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, what I can comment that from the kind of your venture, it really needs somehow physical presence. So I think that's where the challenge is really coming from. So as of now, what you can focus on, meantime, as you're waiting to like really have the physical presence, because your venture needs a physical presence and a physical feel. You may not necessarily, it may not necessarily need remote working, because from how I've heard, you need trainings, you need what, and you did not establish a team that is going to be accountable from you. So as of now, what I can advise me is you can focus on the managerial part of it right now and focus on drawing the plans. Like for example, like for us, our venture, we also need physical presence, but we do yearly plans. And the time when maybe you're on holiday with your partner, on your holiday, you do not meet to like now talk about what can we do and all that. You already have that in plan. So the time when you're on holiday, you're now together, you can execute already the things that you planned for. Because I'm sure even within the school time, there are those holidays that you can have. But now you have to maximize right now the time that you have currently to plan for the project. Where do you want to see it? What more do you want? So as that time for the holiday comes, then you can try and establish the team and establish yourselves also in the communities that you're going to work for. Yeah, that's my comment.
Yeah, thank you very much for the comment. Any other comments?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would also add that with the kind of venture, I think apart from doing some physical things such as maybe the urban farming, maybe some education aspects may also be involved, educating the farmers and all of that. So if you could also get some trusted people in the community, maybe when next you visit, you can plan in advance to reach out to some trusted people, maybe 2 or 3, who will be able to handle certain things on the ground. Let me just use my situation as an example to further explain. My venture, we work with farmers in the rural Eastern Boem in Ghana, as I mentioned already. And this December, my team and I will be going there to have some sessions with them. But then I have my dad who is stationed there. That's where he lives, in that community. So something like communicating to the farmers about what we are coming to do, the time, the specific dates they would be available, and certain petty things, putting things together. He takes care of all those things so that when the team goes there, we know we are just going to do what we want to do and we go back. It's not now that we get there and we now start planning what should we do and all of that. So if you can get 1 or 2 trusted people or some volunteers in the community as well to just manage those kind of tiny tidbit things, over there, it might also help you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I added my comment in the green box already. What I believe is that strong communication and reporting is required, especially when you are working remotely. You should have people who are well trained. When people are working remotely, training and treating people is very, very important. If you ask me, in any organization, what are the two components as a leader, as a manager, we all should do, including me, including all of you? Only two words: train people well and treat people well. Training people well and treating people well will make sure that your employee will be effective, efficient, productive, loyal, respective, and committed to organization and ventures vision. And Gerard, you can add your the conclusion of the other two comments in your green box, so you can have all these in your pocket straight away. So we have goodness. Before going towards her, I would request all of the fellows to please go to the sheet, add your challenges. We are discussing management skills, but we are discussing it in a way that we identify problem, we see management issues, we see leadership issues, and we suggest each other in a different manners, so we can not only suggest but also can visualize our own problems in the same perspective. So all the fellows, it is again requested so to please go to the sheet and fill your details, and all other have already filled. You can see and adapt the same. So goodness, over to you, and speak about your individual leadership and management challenge.
Okay, so it's very personal, I think, and I'm just wondering, like,
It's not
in
personal
every
right now,
situation.
it's visible there to everyone. It's not more personal.
Okay. Okay, so I'm wondering, like I wrote here, it's very easy to be familiar with your team members, especially when all of you are almost at the same age grade, you share the same ideas and stuff, and then at some point it gets to a point where they feel like, okay, they are too familiar with you, and you are a leader and you have to take some decisions, and you have to maybe tell them to do certain things or give out instructions, and then you're finding it difficult to like draw the curtain between being professional as a leader and then being also a team member. So I'm just asking, how do you draw that thin line? Like, how do you draw that curtain while being professional and also being familiar and close with your teammate as well? That's my question.
Yeah, so comments from other fellows, what would be your response?
Yes, so let me go first on this one. So, Susie, for me, I don't think there is any curtain to be drawn in the first place. With the experience I have with my team, we are very free, very, very friendly. Like we just speak normally, just like friends and buddies. But then when it comes to work, it's work. Look, okay, you are this, you are that, I'm the CEO, all of that. Okay, it's time for us to do this. Kindly do this. Now, the way in which you communicate is also important. Yes, if it's about work and we want to do something, you go straight to the point, but in a respectful manner, because however you see it, even if they are lower than you in terms of status or whatever in the organization, everyone deserves respect. So the way in which you say to them what they should do is important. So me personally, I don't think there is any curtain to be drawn between how you relate and how you deal with your issues. But then when it comes to work, the team should know that, look, this is work time. Then when it comes to, you know, the playful side and all of that too, this is the playful side. So it all boils down to communication and the way in which you do it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Very interesting question, by the way. It's a very interesting scenario. Any other comment? Okay. So my take on this would be that it's a kind of a situation. I think every leader, every manager faces in his or her professional life. I think again, you should have, honestly speaking, you should have two faces in this. Being a manager, being a leader, I'm a big believer of this, that you should have these both personalities in yourself. You should have friendly, you should be friendly, you should have a friendness in yourself, and at the same time you have to be very professional, and sometimes it has to be visible to the people as well. In a certain time, in a situation where your team is in a light mode, you can go, you can have a chit chat. Having a cup of tea is not an issue. Even you can go outside for lunch, dinner, anything. But there are certain brackets. As a leader, as a manager, we need to understand we all are humans. Despite the kind of different personalities we have, uh, uh, from the different part of the world we belong from, we run different ventures, we have different experience, education, the nature is different, the nurture is different, everything is different, but still we all are humans. At some moments, we as a, it's part of our nature that if someone is become friendly and too much familiar with us, so somehow we cross that respect limit. And it's very, very important to keep that thin line in between and to have two faces, to have two personality. Psychology says that, and in my articles I already mentioned on many platforms, that every person has three personalities. One personality of ourselves is known to all people, all the world. They know what kind of person Danish is, what kind of person Gerard, Susie, Ambrose is. And the second type of personality is known to only to your parents, your sister, your brother, your kids, your wife, and they are the people who are aware of your second type of personalities. And here is the third style of your personality, your moods, your emotions, your thoughts, and that is only known to you. I am a good person or bad, I know inside my heart. What I am thinking right now, it is known to me only. So we are already living three personalities within self, and we are used to all these styles or these personalities. What we have to do is we have to bring these personalities, these styles, into our professional relationship, while interacting with our team members, while interacting with bosses, manager, peers, subordinates. We have to ensure that to do not let our team members to break that respect, that element of respect, that line which has already been drawn, and it has to be there somewhere, somehow, to ensure that you take work from them and they take your words seriously. It has to be there for these reasons. Yeah, so this is what my take on this. Goodness, what's your comment on this? I shared my style of dealing this kind of situations.
Yeah, I think it all boils down to the personality we show at certain points, and also like she said, communication. Um, yes, communication matters a lot. Like, and then how I'm able to relate. Whatever instruction or message I have for the team matters a lot. So yeah, I think the comments you have made, yeah, I could imbibe them and they make sense.
Try to live more personalities within yourself, goodness. You would be more effective and great leader. This is the only way. If we want to deal people differently, we have to have different modes in ourselves. So this is the only way. Yeah. So Susan, please share about your individual challenge.
Okay. So like I typed it there, like clashing decisions with your fellow co-founders. This is quite like a similar challenge to, I don't know, but it's, for me, it's been a very big challenge to me because these are people that you can't drop. Like in the Monday session, when I asked about what if you're working with a kind people who are like they're not willing to like adjust, to learn, to do that. It becomes frustrating. So I don't know how I can go about that.
So a tricky challenge, I would again say a management issue, and a good management skill is required to manage such kind of situation. So fellows, your comment on this, please.
Well, Danish, I think I can comment on this.
Please,
My name is
go ahead.
Aisha. I came in late and this is my first session. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've missed out on the rest. But my comment on this would be to always create a safe space for collaborative discussions with your teammates, to always let everyone's ideas flourish. And that way our teammates feel safe. We always feel safe with each other, because personally I wouldn't feel that good if the moment I suggest something, someone is like, no, that is not right. I would feel good if probably you hear me out and probably the other one says their idea, you listen them out, and you also discuss what you think would be best, and then together as a team, we suggest what would work best for us, like for the growth of a venture and all that. Or sometimes probably we could even have a mentor with us, or a guide. Like sometimes when we fail to agree on something, it's better to have a neutral person, probably a guide or a mentor, the person that we trust, or someone with more experience, to tell them, please, this is what we have, and these are the ideas that we have brought together as a team, and what do you think would be best for the growth of the venture, or for the that would work in the good, like in the goodness of like the venture, or as a team. So I don't think whether as a team leader or as a teammate, one person is always right, or you always your opinions are always right, but it would always be great that you just let everyone flourish and you let everyone feel comfortable with airing out their ideas. Thank you. I think that's what I would say.
Yeah, thank you very much. Any other comment on this? Well, I have an interesting comment to made on, especially on this question, clashing a decision with fellow co-founders. So I don't know who can empathize on this, but I can, because I and Aziz, we both are the co-founders of our organization, and we have very critical discussions, very strict discussions regarding our decisions, processes, policies, and everything. But we have this same formula, which is like understanding different perspective. If you see that I have wrote it that what you can read. What is this? It's a 6 or 9.
6.
Yeah, it's 6 or 9.
Okay,
you
I
s-
see a 6.
Okay, if you see from here, it will be what it will be from here, from this position.
9. 9.
And from this position,
6.
exactly. So for example, if one friend, one co-founder is standing here, he's saying that it's 9, and the other person is standing here, he's here saying that it is 6. So who is right? Who is wrong?
And
Who is right and who is wrong?
no,
Everybody is
everyone
right,
is right.
depending on what
Hmm.
Now tell me who is right, who is wrong. One co-founder is standing there and he's saying it's 9. The other co-founder is standing here, he's saying it's 6. Now they are fighting and they are saying that I am right, you are wrong. He's saying you are wrong, I am right. So who is right, by the way? You are a third
They are
person.
both right, like depending on the ground that they're standing on.
They both are right in their own perspectives. So it's the game of perspective. Maybe if someone is asking the questions, we cannot say that if that person is asking a question that I am facing these challenges, and that person is right in actual. He might not be right, and he might be right. They might be right, they might be wrong. One might be right, one might be wrong. So it's the game of perspective. Remember one thing: if a person has decided to become a co-founder in his or her own life, he has to install few of the softwares in his or her genes. One of the software is understanding, in partnership, in collaboration, in co-founding organizations. No one is wrong. We cannot say one is right and one is wrong. Both are right, but perspectives are different. If I am able to understand your point, if I say, okay, fine, what you are trying to say might be different of what I'm saying, but let me see your perspective. The most difficult part I see in partnerships, the most difficult part I see in boards, in organization board of directors, what I see, they never become flexible to come to this point, to see and understand at least why that person is saying he is 9, it is 9. I'm not saying that if a person is standing here, he's going from here to here, he's not saying that it's 9, but he's at least showing flexibility to understand why this person is saying that it's 9. So this is professionalism, this is empathy, and this is pure leadership. This is pure classic leadership and management skill. If you are able to empathize why the other person is not supporting your decision, why that person is against your decision. Now this is very difficult thing. If a person has this point of view, by saying in sentences, in words, it seems very simple, but in practice it's very, very difficult, because whatever is against your emotions, your understanding, your logic, your intuition, you will logically, you will by nature stand against those things, and it's nature. And being co-founder is sometime, and maybe most of the time, going against the human nature. By understanding and empathizing, in my life, in my partnership with Aziz, there are many times I can quote here where I felt that he is wrong, I am right. But when I saw that, for example, there is an elastic limit in everything. If I have this page, for example, this is a page, okay? If we both are pulling this page with speed, with aggression, what will happen? What will happen? At the end of the day, it will break. So not allowing any relationship, not allowing this break in any circumstances is classical leadership. It's classical management skills. And sometime admitting that, okay, fine, I am not wrong and you are not wrong as well, but let's see, let's try whatever you are saying. We will try this phenomena, this formula. If this is not happening, if the results are not coming, then we can revert back to my suggestion. So creating possibilities. Management is art of creating possibilities. Leadership is art of creating possibilities. If a manager, if a leader, if a co-founder, if a CEO is unable to create possibilities, that that person won't be a good manager, even not that person can't be a good leader as well. So creating possibility is a basic foundation of co-founding, leading, managing any team. So please, being open to different and open feedback perspectives is very, very important. I have to recode the Johari window. Yesterday we discussed the blind side of personality. Remember that blind side of personality. Maybe being co-founder, being CEO, I am blind, I cannot see. My co-founder will come and tell me that, look, you are suggesting this process, this procedure, this product, this service, but I believe you have to take feedback from me. It's possibility that if I take feedback from that perspective, from that person, it might be a different one for me, and I might consider I reconsider my point, my suggestion. So this is what I believe. This is what I am practicing in my partnership with Aziz for the past 1 decade. And this is what we are suggesting to different entrepreneurs, different co-founders, different executives all over the world. So does it sounds good, Susie? Suzanne, does it sound good?
Yes, 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 I do. I really appreciated your comments. Like, it's really a management issue. So on my end, but I think it's also a nice thing for my other teammates to have had your
Yes.
submission.
Exactly. So you need to go and discuss with them that, let's see, you have to discuss with them this 9 and 6 formula to understand different perspectives. So it's a game of perspective. If you lock your perspective, you would become blind. You have to unlock. We all have to unlock. Your partners have to unlock their perspective to allow feedback to travel in themselves, to see things from different directions. So this is what I have to comment. Okay, so do we have any other leadership challenge? Why? So we are done with the few of them. All other participants, do you have the link? Let me share it again. If anyone who has joined recently, please click the link. Go to the Greater Pathway worksheet, Road to Success. It's very critical, very important. I would request all the fellows to please write up your leadership challenge. We are discussing management skills, but in a very different perspective. We are identifying problems, we are discussing different perspectives, and we are taking suggestions from each other. So all the fellows, you all are requested to please fill the form, and so we can go accordingly. Yeah. So Ambrose, have you mentioned your, I think Ambrose goodness has already completed. Namakula, please, you can update your details in the sheet so we can discuss yours as well. Christian, yours is not mentioned. Villa, if I'm pronouncing right. Christine, Joshan. So what I am going to do is I am giving you an activity to all of you. And activity is that what you are going to do, that you have to complete your sheet, and you have to complete what is your greatest leadership challenge you are facing. This question has to be parked in your row. And then what is one of the greatest challenge your team is facing? So that the second question is what challenge your team is facing, and the second, that the last challenge is what challenge your organization, your venture is facing. So there are three perspectives. One is your individual challenge, second is your team challenge, and third is your venture or organization challenge. So I request all of you, I would be giving you 15 minutes to write these challenges. And after that, I would also request you to please give few solutions to the fellows challenges. Yes, Ambrose, you want to say something? Yes, Ambrose, go ahead. Yes, Ambrose, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I think also I didn't feel mine, but I think I can just say it. Is it okay?
I would want all of us to write our individual challenge. Ambrose, have you mentioned?
No, but can I go ahead and mention it? Then maybe I go back and.
Yeah, you can. I would request you if you can write it over there. So that would be more logical for all of us, and for all other fellows. In these 20 minutes, what we are going to do is we will read out not only others challenges, what are their individual challenges, what are their team challenges, and what are uh, 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 their venture challenges, but also at the same time we have to write our individual challenge, our team challenge, and what challenge our venture and our organization is facing. So next 20 minutes is purely dedicated to this activity. I would request again to all the participants to please complete the sheet from A to Z. Uh, I would repeat it for the last time to all of you what kind of information you are supposed to mention in this. First of all, name is already written there. You can see the second is you have to mention your strengths, your generic strengths and your unique strengths. Generic strengths means confidence, communication, presentation. These are generic strengths. Everyone can have these skills. Special skills are special because writing, speaking, training, designing, consulting, leadership development, these are specific skills. So please do mention all your generic and specific skills as your USPs. Then mention how you can help your fellows on the basis of these generic and specific skills. And then after that, I would request all of you to please mention your LinkedIn profile here. Paste your LinkedIn profile here. And after that, try to add all the fellows on your LinkedIn profile and account so we can create a very good leadership community through this leadership development camp. And then I would give a offline task to all of you at the end of today to give recommendations, go to each other profiles and give recommendation. Every fellow is expected to give at least 7 recommendations to other fellows. Like for example, I have mentioned my profile. You can click to my profile, you can come to my profile and you can you can write a recommendation for me. So by that we would be acknowledging the efforts of each other. And then You have to mention your individual challenge. Solution has to be written by all the other fellows. For example, I have written my challenge here. After you wrote your challenges, I would request all of you to come to my box and write your solutions, and against the problem, the question I am asking from you people. Then the kind of challenge I am facing in my team, I have already mentioned here as a leader, as a manager. So I would request you to give your suggestion to me in this solution column. And then after that, see what kind of situation, what kind of challenge I am facing as a manager, as a co-founder, as a CEO, as a leader, I have mentioned here. I would expect all of you to please give comment, give suggestions in solution box, and do the same activity with all the fellows profile. It will not only open our horizon in terms of leadership, management, and managing and deciding things, but it will also help us to reconsider our own strategies. So next uh, 20 minutes are for this activity. After that, we would be having another session. Then we would be giving the stage to the Azizullah, and he would be facilitating the session. But these 20 minutes are purely allocated to this sheet, and please fill the sheet. You have 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, we will again talk about it, and we would be conducting another session. I think it's all clear. If there is anything you want to ask, please unmute yourself and ask. Ambrose, if there is any still question, you have. Yeah,
Danish, I just want to emphasize on this, what you said. I really loved, what you said. I know you might have great conversation before, but what you just said and this activity, I think this sheet is very capabilities is critical thinking, critical analysis, and then going there and expressing yourself, understanding something, analyzing it, and then expressing it is something that really great leaders practice. So I think 20 minutes, I know it needs a lot of time, but since we lack time, so it would be really great if not 7, we would really recommend 3 or 4 recommendation. You go and do it, the rest you can do it later on. But remember, your real inputs, your real work starts from after the boot camp. If you know these tools, these techniques, and you do not practice on it, you do not give time to it after the training, so then it means you are missing a big part. So we want you to be very focused on this, and you will, within a month or 2, you will tell us, you will reach out, Michelle, and to the team and to us, that hey, this was really, really great, this was really, really powerful. So let's take 20 minutes, let's complete it. Please, you have any challenge, any question, Danish and I, we both are here to help you out. So you can start with the activity, and please complete this task. Even if you can complete one thing in it, please do that. And your time starts now, right? So you can go ahead and start working. I and Danish are here. Please ask anything.
Hey everyone, please let us know if you face any kind of issue. Where you don't understand anything, please ask.
Danish, can you hear me? Danish, can you hear me? I think we are left with around 5 to 6 minutes. So do you need more time? Please tell me in chat. Do you need time for this? Or will we be able to complete in 5 minutes? You can use chat. Yeah, I want to hear out. Susie, Christine, Batul, Vilad, Johnson, Gerard, Ambrose, and others. Let me know where you are, guys.
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you at my end, and I'm still working on it. So I think in 5 minutes is fine for me to complete it. So
Okay, awesome, great. So let's take 5 minutes and let's get it done.
I just want to ask Gerard, how many team members are you?
Yeah, Gerard, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
So how many team members are you?
Yeah, we are six. We are six. But the co-founders or the ones that presented in resolution are two. But the entire team is made up of six.
All right, so you're a team of 6, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, yeah, Ambrose, you can go ahead. Yeah, Ambrose, if you can hear
Yeah, I was
me.
asking, yes, I can hear. I was asking, because I'm done, I think I'm done writing mine.
All right.
I have something here. I don't know if we can go on my issue first then.
Yeah, you can go ahead. We would like to hear your case. So again, I just want to repeat that this would be an ongoing activity, right? Please don't stop it. Even after the training, once you go to date, take out some time in the evening, in the afternoon, in the morning, or maybe in the night, work on it. So I think this would be really a great tool. Tomorrow, even today, you're leading a team. Tomorrow you will be a big enterprise, a big company. So there you would be needing these tools. We will have a team of 10, 15, 20 people. So this is how you can play with these tools. So I want all of you to save these things with you and at the same time complete these things, because This is called strategic work. This is called scenario planning, where you are facing challenges. We help you in those scenarios. You identify those scenarios. You find solution for those scenarios. So that's why, these tools are very, very important. So Ambrose, you can go first. You can share whatever you want to share regarding this activity, and then we will take few others. Then we'll go to professional networking session, and at the end we will again come back and do these discussion, adding the networking side as well. So Ambrose, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, my issue is really, I can say it's really issue at the ground. Yeah, so basically, let me first give the brief background of my project. Yeah,
Right.
my project basically we deal with adding value to agriculture project, especially sweet potatoes. We use these sweet potatoes to make confectionery. I can say bread bakery products. Yeah, and also we offer training to some of the local youth who are school dropout in various areas like other things like business, bakery, or etc. Also, so the issue is okay. This is the real like it's really okay. I think we have really discussed this issue with my teammates, but the problem is okay. The youth we want to benefit. We want them to benefit from this project. I can say sometimes I don't know the mentality there. Okay, okay. It's come like sometimes you can find them if you bring something, I mean, any material to be used. Tomorrow you may not. You may not find it. They have stolen it, or okay, other people who are also employed, like people who are employed in food processing, like the youth who are employed in food processing, they they have this tendency of maybe going away with materials or stealing something. Okay, let me use the language of stealing. Yeah, they can go away with them and also like that. So I feel like me and my teammates, we are finding challenges in really. Yeah, we talk to them, we set rules, but sometimes I think, yeah, it's really dragging us really down. Because I remember when I was at school, yeah, recently, we left some of them, but when we came back because most of us are at school also as well, only one person. So this person, when the person came back to supervise the work, so it got a lot of things missing and etc. So I really feel like it's really challenging, and I tried. Okay, sometimes I try to rotate, like to rotate the workers, like to yeah, to do some kind of rotation and sometimes of bringing new people. But still, but the issue is okay, but still I want them to benefit. Like I want them to be the main beneficiary rather than bringing someone else from another reason to come and do something where yet some people can manage. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And these are some of the real challenges. And Ambrose and all of you, remember one thing. In business, we teach one terminology, that is scenario planning. So in these 4 days, like we're taking you through different scenarios, whether personal, professional, networking, management, regarding emotions, soft skills. Like these are the real best scenario that you face in your field. So what challenges you mentioned is exactly, these are some of the key challenges and some of the top most challenges due to which venture or a startup fail, because of the teamwork, because of the things you explain. These These are very important that we need to be conscious about, and that could only happen when we are a futuristic leader, we are a strategic leader, we are a leader who believes in transformation, transformation of self, transformation of people, transformation of processes, transformation of SOPs, and other things. So that's why we have designed this boot camp. We take you to that transformation. We give you those tools, knowledge, concepts, skills that help you transform yourself. And I think the tool Danish has developed, that's very, very powerful things we shared. So these are very powerful, where you can foresee the future and the current challenges, and you can be more strategic in coming up with solution. And then of course, if you are better prepared, if you if you have already designed solution for future things, so of course you will perform better and you will be a successful change maker in a startup. All right, so anyone else who would like to share? We'll take one more comment and then we will go and start with our today's second session. Yes, anyone who would like to share? Johnson, Milad, Christine, Susie, Alicia, Gerard. Yep. Susie, you're done. So can you share? Yeah, Alicia, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, Susie, go ahead. Go
Sorry,
ahead.
I think I lost you somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I kind
Yeah.
of lost you. I didn't get the question.
Yeah, so Susie, I'm asking, like, as Ambrose explained, so what are his challenges, and then the activity we are doing, and we have asked you that you go through these, exercises that could build your leadership skills. So how do you feel about it, and do you think these are helpful in solving the challenges you face? Yeah, Susie, can you hear us?
Yes, I
Yeah, go.
do feel they are really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, can you hear me? I have my network is quite. I thought it
Yeah,
was your network, but it's my network, I think.
we can hear
Can
you
you now
now.
hear me? Okay. Okay. So you want me to comment about Ambrose's challenge or the question you just asked?
No, your own challenges,
My
and then what do you?
challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like the leadership skills that we've been able to go through. Like, for example, yesterday, I did as our as a social venture, we have a challenge of prioritization and quite poor communication. So you see from yesterday's session about prioritizing, like what is more urgent, what is most relevant. So from what I have learned, and unfortunately my team members have not been able to participate, but for me it's really been very helpful, especially in terms of leadership. I think it was you, Aziz, who took us through the Monday session about personalities. And during emotional intelligence, I learned something from I've forgotten the speaker, but the speaker said that whatever the situation, never cause yourself to be angry or like run out of your own self. Or so for me, that has been very helpful to me. Even like, for example, like my challenge, generally my team, we are very bad at prioritizing. We tend to focus on things that may not necessarily matter. So through that, I think I'll go back to my teammates and discuss with them some few things that I have learned from here. But most importantly, what I have learned through this session is that don't never get angry or get out of your own self, get out of yourself for any reason. You have to always keep calm, and that is what we call emotional intelligence. Anyone who is emotionally intelligent, you have to be that. And I hope to practice these things that I have learned even in my social venture. Thank you.
All right, awesome. So Ambrose, thank you so very much. See you tomorrow. I would say I'm sad you leaving us because we had a very important session about networking, but I can understand, and then you watch the recordings to refresh your mind. So thank you. Let's jump into our session. All right, so now the next important component of leadership skill is how you build your professional network. This is extremely important. Remember, great leaders are great networkers. And also remember, your network is your net worth. I repeat, your network is your net worth. The more you know people, you have network with people, the more you will be richer in different perspective. I'll explain that. But having said that, remember, if you know more people, if you are connected with more professional leaders, change makers, startups, community leaders, you will be known, or you will have a good name in the community, a good reputation across the continent, across the country, across the region, or maybe internationally. Because people know you, because you have a network, you have connected with people, you update them, you share your activities with them through LinkedIn, through one-on-one, through WhatsApp, or whatever the platform is. So they know you. So your network gives you credibility. Your network makes you a brand. I just came from a session. I had a session with some of the, graduating students of, they were marketeers, they were graduating. So I had a session with them on a personal branding. And this is what I exactly tell them. If you as a leader, or as an individual, or as a professional, if you want that people should know you, people should recognize you, people should trust you, people should reach out to you, then build strong network, brand yourself, pitch yourself in the best way. And that can only happen when you start networking with people through LinkedIn. The activity Danesh and we are doing from last 2 days is very, very powerful. You network between your own fellows community. Then you can connect with people who are a part of the fellows community. You can go and connect with them through LinkedIn. You can connect with us. You can see, and you can connect with people with whom we have connected. So that then helps you, bring credibility, and you come up as a leader. So I am a strong believer of networking. Like I do a very, strong networking on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, on physically whenever I meet, and, I visit different trainings or programs as a speaker or as a trainer. So I try network. And remember, Danesh, one of the top most reason that our organization exists from last 10 years without any grant, without any loan, and a sustainable model is the networking. People know us. We have built our relationship with people. They might not give you projects, grants, donation at the start, But after a year or two, if you keep doing things and they are updated about what you do, maximum chances is they will reach out to you that, hey, let's collaborate. Let me give you an example of today. So I had a meeting early in the morning today. We had one of, I would say, competitor from last 7 years, but at the same time we are good friends. So in the last 7 years we know each other, we interact with each other, but we have never done a business activity together. But the whenever we met, whenever I had the opportunity or Danish had the opportunity, so every second, third month we try connect with that person. And after many years, today we received call, he has got a project, it's on a minority youth development, and they called us and they said, hey, we want to outsource you for the training and employability part of the project. So we heard them, and I will be giving them the quotation. So it took years, but now it turned into a business. Now, once it turned into the business, then we will move on. So any project here they will get involved us. So this is why, networking is really, really important to me. And I would really stress, on networking. So my way of for this session would be more engaging. So after every slide, I'll be asking you, what are your thoughts? What do you think? Do you want to share anything? Please share with me. So this is how we will be moving ahead. Now, before I move to the next slide, I want 1 or 2 comments from your side. You can unmute yourself. What do you think? Do you think what I just said, does it make any sense? Does it relates to you or not, or to your journey? Yeah, any 1 or 2 comments.
Can I have question instead?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I'm not sure if you are going to cover this next, but I think my main problem is, especially that I'm not going out physically so much. I'm connecting with people on LinkedIn, but like just clicking the connect button is not enough.
Of course.
And then even I messaged them, I wouldn't capture their attention enough because we haven't met physically anytime before. So how do you think it's best to increase or foster this communication or this connection to make it a true connection?
Absolutely. This is, you said something very, very important, and I have a very, important slide for it. Let me cover it later on, right? But if you want to share, what do you feel so far? Do you think it makes sense? It relates to you, what I just said?
Yes, just to comment on that as well. Yes, networking is very important, and for some of us, how to go about it, whether physically or online, is the problem. For instance, when there's a gathering and the program of the day has ended, do you just take your bag and leave? Or even if you stay, like how awkward you feel and all of those things. So how to navigate all of that setting is very important. So I very much appreciate this topic. And what Batu also said, yeah, I was going to comment on that. Some people, you connect with them and that's all, it's not enough. Yes. So how do you go about all of that? So it's very important. Yeah,
absolutely. And before I move ahead, I just want to say this as well, that you will be connecting with hundreds of people. So some might be more relevant, some might not be relevant. So it doesn't mean if you network with 10 people, 10 out of 10 will be giving you business or will be giving you grants or may well be sharing opportunity with you. So you need to pitch yourself. If you pitch yourself to 10 people, so there is chances that you will get you will get a response from 1 or 2 people. This is how it works. So that's why we say build a strong network. If you have 100 people know you, chances is 10 people will reach out to you. If 300 people know you, so chances is that 20 people will reach out to you. If 1,000 people know you, chances is that 50 or 100 people will reach out to you. So that's why we want, but that doesn't mean that other people don't know you. Other people do follow you, but maybe there is no match so far, right? So we will be discussing and covering these in this slide. This is a very important conversation we will have in the next slides. So Here you can see the link as well. Acumen, I have been an Acumen fellow as well. Acumen is also, I believe, a resolution pathway partner. So it is a free course, I believe. So you can go to this link and you can do a free course on networking leadership there as well to learn more about how you can be a great networking leader. But study after study demonstrate that the more leaders an organization can manage and navigate their networks, the more they can achieve their goals. So you need to not only navigate and connect with people, you need to manage them as well. You need to keep them alive. You need to keep interacting with them. It doesn't mean if you met a person once and you didn't heard from him or her, you leave the contact. No, connect, share with him or her what you have been doing. Then on monthly basis, you can share, connect with them through WhatsApp. They will be following you. So chance sometime invite them for kind of opportunity. They might not come, invite them for the second time. So on the third and fourth time, that person will understand that, hey, he wants to do something. He is a dedicated person. Let me go and see what he or she's doing. So once you invest in that relationship, you give time. Remember, people don't give time to a relationship. People don't give time to build a relationship. Relationship takes time. I gave you just a quick example that we had a relationship from last 6-7 years. Now it is turning into a business. And I have dozens of examples that happened to me that I know person from last 6-7 years. I was in contact, like I have this thing in my leadership, capabilities that people I believe could be a potential partner with me. I always connect. Let me tell you the example of the resolution. So I was there, I worked with the resolution from the very beginning till now. I never left any gap. I always stayed connected with George, with Rachel on WhatsApp, on emails, proposed them things, connected with the volunteers. Now see, we're doing different things together. So this is how you invest. You keep your contacts alive, and then it pays back after some time. So remember, but it's important. Networking, again, it's distasteful, self-serving, and even phony. Means sometimes you have to call, you have to message, you have to meet, visit, invite people. So this is why it sometimes it is distasteful. We need a new mindset and strategy to maintain critical relationship or leverage existing ones. So we need to change our mindset that, hey, if I talk to a person once or twice and does she or he does not respond, so it's of no use. No, keep the relationship, stay in touch. Just update that person by telling them what you have been doing. Call them after some time and tell them that, hey, I want to share that this is what we have been doing. So that person has you in your mind, and after some time you will get his or her attention. Now let us little bit, I really want you to understand its meaning as well. A professional network is, remember, a group of people who connect or who have connected with one another for career or business related reason. So remember, there is a purpose involved in networking. Very important. If you have no reason, no purpose, and you are connecting with people, that should also not happen. We don't want you to go and sit on LinkedIn and start sending messages to people. No, read the profile. I'll tell you in the next slide that what are the steps in doing networking, but I'm just telling you there should be a purpose. Connect with people who are relevant to that purpose. Connect with them. Be strategic. So this way you would be able to achieve your purpose. So member who are call contacts or connection can share information, may include but not limited to like job leads. They may also help one another solve work related problems, recommend vendors, suppliers, provide information about prospective employers, employees, and clients. So that only doesn't mean just a donation, just a job relevant. It could be you network with people, you are facing an issue and you tell them, hey, I'm facing an issue, you have expertise, can you please guide me? You can connect with donors, you can connect with clients, you can connect with customers, you can connect with vendors, employers, employees. So for many reasons, for many opportunities, network is a powerful tool that we can use and we can reflect, and we need to work on it as a leader. If you want to be a leader who brings in opportunities, inspires, and creates greater impact, then networking is key. Now, any thoughts so far before I move ahead? Does it make any sense? Anything you want to share? Anything that relates to you, to your experience with your venture or in your networking you want to share? Yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah, Gerard, go ahead.
Well, thank you very much, Ziz. Yeah, you called my attention when you say that if someone doesn't respond, keep insisting and even go ahead and give a call. Sometimes it feels awkward, it feels weird, you know, when it gives you a negative feeling that you're texting someone who never responds and you go ahead and even give a call. How do you handle such a situation? Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing, there is a very strategic way out to it, right? I'll tell you. I will not come to that right now because I have this covered in a slide where there are steps: step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. I'll tell you the steps, but I want to repeat again, Gerard. Be strategic, identify your purpose, and you need to do homework. How? Let me share the step in the next slides, right? But you need to be very, very strategic. Yeah, anything, I'm coming to that. Like, we have a very important slide for these steps. Yes, anything else? I just want to hear if it relates to you or not. Yeah, Batul, anything you want to share? Others? I want to hear you. Okay, no problem if you don't want to share. So
yes,
yeah,
I
go
think,
ahead.
yeah, I would say, personally, for me, I am following, and what you are saying, I agree very much, you know, especially maintaining the relationship aspect, you know, not just, you know, click to connect, the person connects and that's all, but maintaining that relationship is very important. So yeah, I'm following.
Absolutely. And let me tell you why networking is important. Remember, if you have a good networking, this will give you extended professional circle and access. You will have access to trainers, you will have access to psychologists, you will have access to startups, you will have access to CEOs, you will have access to speakers, you will have access to donors, you will have access to clients, you will have access to corporates. That's why it is important that you have CEOs in your network, you have managers in your network, you have students in your network, you have volunteers in your network, you have a psychologist in your network, you have trainers in your network, you have, you know, evaluation experts in your network. Because whenever you need anything, you will have people there, they will be following you, and you can connect. So that's why it is very, very important. Second, career related opportunities, like most of you are students. So if you have extended network, you are connecting with recruiters, with CEOs, with managers, with program managers. So chances is when you graduate and you are connected with people and they are following your activities, and you drop them a message that, hey, you follow them constantly, and you tell them that, hey, I've been following you, that person is already connected, you have this opportunity in your organization, can you give me referral? If you get that, most of the chances is they will give you referral. If you message 10 people, 3 of them might give you referrals. So chances is you might get hired. Learn about employers. So there are multiple employers on the now when you network, you will learn about people, because if you know Aziz as a CEO of Center for Awareness Training and Development, you will know what Center for Awareness Training and Development is doing. So you will learn about me, you will learn about the Resolution Project, you will learn about Deloitte, you will learn about other employers. Advice: I'll collaborate for your project. If you're a student, there might be a kind of research. So if you are connected with relevant people with relevant expertise, you can text them that, hey, I'm leading this project. I need help there. Can you please guide me on this? And I have dozens of people who reached out me. They're asking me for recommendation, for referrals, for references, and I give them referrals. So, they are professionals, they understand. And if you are connecting and if they see your profile, so of course they will do that. Make a pitch to your network. Again, you really need to pitch yourself, whether it's one-on-one pitch or whatever you are posting on the social media. So if you're posting something on the social media, your network is reviewing it, is reading it, and they're following it, and it is building your online personality. Remember, there are two kinds of personality: online and on-site. On-site personality means you yourself physically interacting with people. Online means anything you are posting it on the social media. So if you are posting productive things, influential things, great things about you, so this makes you a brand, and this makes you a personality. So that makes you a brand, and then people recognize you, and it makes you more reachable or more interactive, and they trust you. Then refer or help people connect with professional they need, and this will increase your influence and credibility. Now just imagine if you have a colleague, and that colleague calls you that, hey, I need a trainer for my project. I don't know anyone in the market. Can you recommend me something? It's an online virtual program. Do you know any trainer? You tell them that, hey, yes, I am connected with Azizullah Bangash, who is from Pakistan and who is a trainer. He delivers quite, interactive trainings. I have attended his training. So let me connect with them. He can add a great value to your organization. So this brings credibility to your profile because you give somebody the needed. Tomorrow you need anything, that person will provide you, and you will be more credible. So that person will then be telling other people that, hey, if you want to, connect with people or with trainers, so Gerard is the person who can connect you with best people because he has a good network. So this is why networking is important. This is why it brings credibility. This is why it makes you a kind of person who is very influential, very effective, and very inspiring. Now, what do you think about this? Do you think this makes sense? Do you think, does it relates to, to your own experience, your networking experience? Any one or two comments? Yeah.
Yes, it's clearly relates because I had a similar issue one time where someone who had a lot of work needed some help with the work, and of course anyone who would help would be paid. But then me myself, I was busy and I was not available to do the work. So I just had to look through my network and the work that was there, the requirements, and I just reached out to a number of people. I knew people who would be able to do that work, and I just connected them directly without any problems. Yes. So what you said and the example you gave, it really resonates with a lot of situations I know of. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Anyone else who'd like to make any comment? We have so many other people here, so if I hear from others as well, I would really enjoy sharing more. Yeah, Joy, anything on your side? Vilad, Susie, Johnson? All right, silence means that you have understood and it makes sense. Now let me explain your network, like whom you should network with or who should be your network. Number one, friends and family. Remember, your friends might be startups, entrepreneurs, managers, CEOs. You need to have good connection with your friends, good networking with your friends. And then of course, family, like your cousins, your uncles, your far relatives. They might be in good position. You need to stay in touch with them. You need to network with them. You need to tell them what you're doing. You need to ask them for help. This will bring more things to you and to your enterprise. Then current and graduate fellows, very important. The first thing we started is with the activity, with the Excel sheet. We first need all of you to stay connected with yourself because you're a great networker. You live across the continent in Africa. So you can connect with each other, or you can help if somebody is let's suppose in Kenya and he or she needs support in, let's suppose, in other parts, maybe Ghana or any other state. So that fellow who is there in Kenya would be connecting you. You can connect with that fellow and who can support you on ground. So this is why we really want all of you to connect with your fellows so that you can network and you can ask for each other's help. Then current and previous co-workers, maybe your seniors, maybe your juniors, maybe senior fellows. So stay connected with them, network with them, learn from them, connect with them, appreciate them, stay connected for a reason. The reason could be start appreciating them, keep commenting on their things once, and telling them what you do. So sometime, or maybe there's chances that they will connect with you and they will give you the support you need. Then members of professional association, be a part of a lot of professional association in your own region. That would connect you to a lot other experts and give you good access to the network. Stay connected in that associations. Then current and previous employer and supervisor. If you have worked somewhere, stay connected with that. If you have supervisor previously, stay connected with them. There might be a chance that in the future, if anything comes in and you are connected with them, so they will give you the opportunity. I am sharing one example. Back in 2013, probably 2013 and 2014, I was in 6th and 7th semester. So I had a pretty good relationship with all of my professors. So one of the professor who taught me and who was connected with me on LinkedIn and Facebook. So I was updating him as well, commenting on him, and he was commenting on my statuses. He went to US on PhD. And he was following me and my activities, and I was following his activities and asking, hey sir, how are you, how's everything there? So I was in his mind. He had a friend who was from Turkey. He wanted to invite some young people from Pakistan. So he reached out me that, hey, can you share your resume? My friend who is from Turkey, he wants to invite some young people from Pakistan. And I think you have been working in the youth sector and you can represent Pakistan well. So I shared my resume. Within 2 months, Turkish government invited me for that opportunity. So it was the professor, I'm still connected with him. So it was that he gave me the opportunity. And I can quote dozens of other examples where I got the opportunity through my professors, through my previous coworkers, or maybe supervisor. So that is why it is very powerful. You need to know to whom you should network with. Any question, any thoughts, anything you want to share before I move to the next slide? Anything that is on your mind? Does it make sense? Do you think what I have shared, you need to connect with these people? Anything is missing you want to work on?
Yeah,
Any?
hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I think this comment you just made now about connecting or networking with family and friends, it's something we take for granted most times, especially as entrepreneurs or as people as startups. Most times when we talk about networking, I think we just think outside the box. We go to like people we've never met or people who have accomplished big things or great people we look up to and stuff. Not knowing that either our friends or our families could even have the connection which we seek. So yes, and I like the fact that it's the first point there, because those are the people that are closest to you who will give you information the way it is and connect you to things as well. So yeah, I would really recommend that we'd hold on to this, especially family and friends, connecting with family and friends, networking with them and getting the relevant information they have. It's a really big thing and we shouldn't take it for granted. So thank you for stating that out.
Absolutely. And I think this is really important. And that's why, my approach is very step by step. You need to, see this from a very holistic perspective. You need to understand every perspective of the networking. And I very much agree that we, especially startups, entrepreneurs, they try to connect with people from big organizations who are influential. It takes little time connecting with them. But before that, or along with that, you also need to connect with people who can help you out and who can give you access to those people, whom you want to reach out. So this is why you need to be very strategic in this. Any other thoughts before I move on? Anyone else who like to share?
Yeah, I just appreciate the what my colleague just said about the fact that he touched on friends and family, because when you started the presentation about networking, honestly, my mind didn't go there, networking with friends and family. So yeah, it's a really good point, and it opens up our mind, it just opens up our mind to more broader perspectives. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And you will have access to these content as well, but let's go and explore the steps. So these are some of the guidance. Batul, thank you very much for commenting and saying thank you to goodness. So I want all of you to understand these steps. It's step-by-step process. Remember, networking is an art and science both. You need to have a very hierarchical, a very step-by-step approach. It's not only clicking on LinkedIn Connect. It's not only searching people. It's more than that. Now I'll explain each step, and please stop me where you don't understand, and stop me if you want to share anything relevant to that step. I really want this to be very, something you share with me. You share your thoughts, your experience, because it's all about sharing your experience, and we help you, develop those skills or tools. So number one, first step, identify your career or business goals. What is your career goal? What is your business goal? Do you want to scale up? Do you want to get more donation? Do you want to get more grants? Do you want to connect with more professional? Do you want to hire volunteers, etc., etc.? Do you want to look for a full-time opportunity when you graduate? What is your goal? People network randomly without a purpose. Purpose is a core, is a foundation of your connections or your networking. So you really need to identify what is your career goal. For example, my career goal is to be a corporate training and development specialist on global level. Now, how is my approach toward networking? I connect with people who has got expertise in training and development. Then I connect with people who has instructional design expertise. I connect with CEOs. I connect with recruiters because they are relevant. So I know my career goals. I connect with people accordingly. So this is a strategy. You can connect with other peoples as well, so that people can follow, more people can follow your work. But for those connections for whom or with whom you target that you build relationship, you need to have a clear goal for them. Second, develop your relationship needs. What are your relationship needs? Now that has two steps. Please understand these steps. When you identify relationship steps, you need to understand your career goals. If you know your career goal, you would be knowing that, hey, I need to connect with the recruiters. My relationship need is that I build relationship with CEOs, with entrepreneurs, with community leaders, with volunteers. So you will make a hierarchy that, hey, this is my goal and I need to connect with volunteers, number one. Second, I need to connect with managers. Third, I need to connect with CEOs. Fourth, I need to connect with startups. So four things come under your professional connections or networking. So you are targeting only those people ahead. So this is the second tip where you identify relationship needs. You don't randomly send invitation or connect with people. Everybody sitting in the room, everybody on LinkedIn or other platform is not for you or cannot help you, or you cannot network with them. You need to identify your relationship needs and then you should connect with them accordingly. So this is the second step, identifying your relationship needs. Third, list your existing potential network. Very interesting. Please understand these steps. These are very, very interesting. Number one, go and pick your mobiles. I pick my mobiles. I go there and I see my connection. For example, I have around 1600, contacts in my list. I'll go there. I'll see who has expertise, in which area that person has expertise. I'll search each and every profile. I'll make an Excel sheet and I'll see, let's suppose if it is a Batul, let's suppose Batul is, my colleague or my boss, or for example, a friend, and Batul has expertise in training and development, right? I'll put Batul in the list and I'll write in front of her that she has training and development expertise. I'll write her contact number, her other details, email addresses. So this way you will be making a list of those people who are already in your network. For example, if you need volunteers, you will see that how many students or volunteers are in your list. Note it down. So those those who are not in your current potential network and you need them, then you need to make a list. That is the fourth step. Make a list of people to connect with. People who are not in your existing network and you need to connect with them, you need to make a list of them, which is very, very important. Now you have on the left side, you have a list of people who is already in your network, whether a LinkedIn network, whether it's a Facebook, it's a WhatsApp, whatever you call it. And then on the right side, you have people in the list whom you need to connect with. So make a list. For example, you need to connect with 50 CEOs from Africa. You need to connect with 100 volunteers, for example. For example, you need to connect with managers. You need to connect with recruiters. So list it down accordingly as per your career goals. So that is the fourth step. Now, when you complete the fourth step, then I already explained this, but this is the fifth. Explore your social net connection, social media connection. Go and see LinkedIn. Who are those people whom you are connected with? How many people you know them in those connections? See it on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on WhatsApp. Those who are connected, put it in the list. Those whom you should connect, go search it on LinkedIn and other tools. Put it in the list. And then make an Excel sheet. This is the sixth step. Make an Excel sheet of all key potential connections. So make an Excel sheet, write it down, their email addresses, phone numbers, all the details, their social media accounts, and make a list. For example, you have a list of 1,000 people, let's suppose, or maybe 100 people, or maybe 200 people. It depends how much you invest on networking. If you have 200 people, a list of 200 people, so you would be knowing that, hey, this is a known person to me. You will make a strategy accordingly, and these persons are unknown, and you will make your strategy accordingly. So that is the important step, making an Excel sheet. Then the seventh step is reaching out them, visit them, email them, phone call them, WhatsApp them, or text them on social media. So you need some time to visit people, to network further, or to introduce yourself. Sometime you need to send an email. Sometime you need to make a call. Sometime you need to connect through social media. So this is how you can reach out to people through these different tools. Then the seventh one, in fact, the eighth one, is be a part of the social and networking events. See what is happening around you. Connect with people. For example, you are attending this training. Danish has expertise. I have expertise. Hassan has expertise. Heather has expertise. Other people joining tomorrow will have expertise. Connect with them. Network with them. Attend events in your own region. Connect with people. This will build your, connections and your network. And last step, which is very important, is keep your network alive. If you get connected with me, so keep me alive. Drop me a text on WhatsApp. Drop me a text on LinkedIn. Appreciate what I do. And put a question on me that, hey, sir, I am facing, an issue in this. You taught, this in the professional networking presentation. Can you further guide me on this? So this is how you build relationships, step by step, you make your relationship alive. Sometimes you might just drop a text to the person that, hey, I just want to check how life is going, how's everything is going, how work is going. It's so going well on my side. I have been doing project on this where we are delivering a project in Kenya to train 1,500 youth, and we are so excited about it. And I just wanted to update you as well. And I also wanted to know what is happening on your side. I would love to read such kind of text from your side. I would love to respond this text. This is how you keep your relationship alive. And after some time, that relationship turns into a business, into a connection that can pay you back. What are your thoughts? Do you think these tips are important? Do you think these tips can help you, build a very strong professional network? Comments, thoughts, questions? What are your thoughts? Yeah, Gerard, go ahead.
That was so impressive. I think I identified some of my weaknesses in the process. Yeah, I tend to create my network according to personal connection. We meet in an event. Maybe we sit on next to
each other.
And we exchange contacts. But I don't go ahead and ask, is this person in the line of my career? Is this person really going to help in a certain area of need in my career growth? So I think
that is one of the key things that I identified in my network building. Yeah, thank you very much for sharing this really.
Of course.
So I think you've touched the part why some messages are never answered, why they accumulate on, you know. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm
Of course,
really
Gerard. Of course.
very impressed. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And I think it has addressed previous questions as well. I had a few questions. So I think these are the stepwise process you can follow, and this can lend you very good connections. Yes, any other thoughts? Anyone else? Any thoughts, any observation, anything you want to share regarding these steps?
Yes, so these steps are very, very practical, and I must say I very much appreciate them. You know, we just hear of, oh, make sure you network, form networks and all of that, but we've not heard about like what concrete steps we could have taken. So in fact, this particular, what you've presented on now just clears all of that stuff. You know, I feel like the rest dwells on us to go and do it, you know. Yeah, so thanks.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome. And let me share, we do need some skills for networking. It's not only the steps that we need to understand, it's also the skills we need to understand. Now let us understand how we can be a strong networker and what skills we need for these. Number one, people skill. You need to have these people skill, interpersonal skills. You need to have a skills where you don't feel hesitant connecting or talking to people. You need to be very expressive and very extrovert when it comes to talking to people. You need not to shy talking or introducing yourself to other people. So you really need to have strong people skills. Second, listening skills. Very important that you listen others people as well, because this can lend you good network, a good connection as well. You understand people, you know them now well, and you understand how they can help you. So this is why listening skills is very important. It's not always that you talk, you pitch. Let other people pitch themselves as well. Let other people express themselves as well. So this is why listening skills is very important, and appreciate others, even through LinkedIn, through Facebook, physically when you're there. Physically, if you hear that somebody shared a story there and you were on the backstage, you heard it, go there. Tell that person that, hey, this is me. This is me, Gerard. I am from, let's suppose, Kenya. And it was really inspiring hearing your stories. I'm so touched. I'm so inspired. Tell me more about what you do. Listen him or her. Let her express himself or herself. Once he or she completes, then you can tell me, wow, amazing, awesome. I really want to tell you what I do. This is what I do. And I think let's keep talking. Let's connect. We can explore more, how we can collaborate and make a greater impact. This could be the approach. Empathy and emotional intelligence. We already have talked about it. You really need to have empathy. You need to empathize with people. You need to build the emotional intelligence in you so that you manage your emotions in a professional, in a way that builds a long-lasting relationship. Be confident and positive. Have confidence. Go there positively, express yourself positively, understand people positively, interact positively. Then focus on mutual benefit. Important. Don't always talk about yourself. Talk about us. Don't talk about I. Talk about we. Talk about us. This will lend you great opportunity because everybody out there wants to gain something. So if you're a person, when you're explaining something to somebody, you need to show them as well that, hey, it will benefit you as well. It will benefit me as well. So there is a mutual benefit. So mutual benefit means let's connect, let's network, let's invest time. If other person don't see any benefit in networking with you or in connecting with you, he or she would not invest time in it. So believe or practice mutual benefit. Then open communication. You need to be very honest when communicating with other. You don't need to hide or say something false or say something, that's not true. You need to be very open in communication. You need to be very trustworthy and respect. You need to respect to the people. You need to respect what they say, how they say, from what backgrounds they are. You need to trust them as well. If you trust them, they will trust you. And then adaptability and diversity. You need to be a person who can adapt to different events, programs, people, genders, and who can adjust to different diversities. So this will lend you a good network, and this can make you a great leader as well. So these are some of the skills that you guys need to be a very strong network. What do you think? Does it make any sense? Do you think there is anything else we can add, or any thoughts on this? Any one or two thoughts? Any comment? How do you feel about these? Do you think, can you relate to it?
Yes. The parts where you mentioned the mutual benefits, I appreciate that you touched on it, because prior to this particular slide, you made mention of the benefits that we can get when we network and all of that. So I was asking within myself, so what about the other person? What do they get? Do I just connect because I want some grants or I want some volunteers? How does the other person benefit as well? And you've touched on that. So thank you very much.
Of course. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, anyone else? Any comment, any thought? All right, let's move ahead. And just to share with all of you, remember, building effective professional network is an art and science, which requires number one, purpose, number two, homework, number three, research, planning, and keeping the network alive, along with determination, commitment, and patience. So this is something from my personal experience. This is something I believe in, and I quote it everywhere that, hey, you need purpose. You need to do homework. You need to do research. You need to do your planning, and you need to keep your network alive. And with all these, it really requires determination. It really requires commitment and patience, because it takes months and years to build a single relationship or maybe a good relationship with an individual. So I told you my example, and it took time for me to build relationship with some of the people, but I was patient, I was determined, I was, consistent in keeping connection with that person, and it has landed me a job. So these are some of the important things that help me grow, that help me build strong network and turn that network into a business. And these tips can help you turn your network into a business or into a partners or maybe much more. So that was all from the networking session. And if you guys have any question now, please ask, and you will have access to this presentation, right? No worries with that. You will get these things. But right now, if you guys have any question, anything you want to share, please go ahead. Thank you so very much. Yes, any thoughts, any question, anything regarding this entire presentation? What do you feel about it? Um, do you think you know, these things were important, you were not aware, and you plan to work on it, and this can help. I really want to hear from you guys. Wilad, anything if you can share? Batul, Joy, Johnson. Anyone who would like to share? Okay, there's so much silence in the room.
Yes, go ahead, Atorna.
Okay, so it's just to appreciate Aziz again, for this wonderful presentation. I like the practicality of it. So now it depends on me, it depends on all of us here who have heard your presentation to go back and then put into practice what we have heard. So thank you.
Absolutely, and completely agree. We need to do much practice after the training as well. But Batul, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that Atwarnam has shared it twice. So in both times, like I want to second her again and say that exactly like I usually used to just do random connections to people with impressive profiles, but eventually this is like not the only aspect of it, or like we really have to filter some noise and focus and be like really focused and know what we want. And then when you said about sustaining this connection, this really like made me now think about the people I haven't been in contact with for long, and then goodness comments and like the entire session. Yes. Thank you very
Absolutely.
much.
Batul, thank you so much for sharing that. Susie, Joy, Gerard, Johnson. Yeah, Joy, go ahead.
Hi, thank you so much for the wonderful session. Oh, sorry, someone was speaking.
Yeah, Joy, go ahead. Susie will speak after you.
Okay, thank you so much for the session, and really learned a lot, and maybe I can share something small. I personally used to fear so much being the first to reach out to someone that maybe I may need help from. Maybe I like how they presented or something like that. I used to fear a lot, but then I realized that the best thing to do is to actually reach out. You can never tell, because your fear may be telling you, what if they don't respond? What if they don't help me? What if they ask me so many questions? There is always that, those so many what ifs that we have when we're going to reach out to someone. But the best thing to do is just do the reach out first, and then you see what will happen. You can never tell what will happen, and sometimes you'll be surprised at the outcome of that reach out that you made. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so very much, Joy. Yeah, Susie, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, I just want to thank you for the presentation. I have challenges with sustaining connections, in as much as I can easily make connections, but sustaining them. So I think through the presentation, it has really helped me to understand the importance of sustaining, because in as much as you make connections, but you do not sustain them, that means I will just remember that someone, oh, I have a connection in this, but I've not been chatting with that person, I've not been interacting with them. It can be quite hard for that person to help me out if I've not been in direct contact with them. But if I keep sending them emails, I keep talking to them, the time when I need them, it's easy for them to help me.
All right. So yeah, I mean, it's challenging when it comes to networking. There is no single formula. These are the steps. So sometimes people will respond, not in an encouraging way. Sometimes people will respond in an encouraging way. For example, if you need two experts, let's suppose two leadership experts in your connection, or you want to reach out whom you want to take their services. You need to target around 10 to 12 people who have leadership expertise, and you need to drop them a message or email them. So chances is not all of them will respond to you. So chances is that 4 or 5 or 3 people will respond to you. So you really need to play, and it's more of situational, it's more of individualistic thing, but these were the standard step. So you need to connect with people. Some of them may respond, some of them may not respond, but still pitch yourself, right? If you pitch to 10 people, 2 people will respond. If you pitch to 20 people, 4 people will respond to you. So this is a simple formula: connect with more and more people, but relevant people with a strategy, with a vision, with a goal, not randomly hi, hello, right? Just tell them your complete message. What do you want to say and what ask you have for him or her? And this way you will be getting good responses. Gerard, thank you so very much for the feedback. Yes, any last comment? Then I'll hand it over to Danish because I am done with the session. Anything you would like to share with me, please? All right, so if there is no feedback, no comments, I just want to say that this presentation is pretty close to my heart. You might have observed that I was more emotional, more connected to saying what I'm saying. One of the reason is it's based on my experience. It's based on how I build my leadership and my capabilities, how it helped us build our enterprise. And this can help you build your leadership skills as well, great network as well. And of course, it will help you in your organizational growth as well. Danish, can you hear me?
Yeah, exactly. I'm
All
here.
right. So Danish, I'm done with the session. Any instruction, anything on your side, you can cover it up. So thank you, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow as well.
Thank you very much, Aziz. And again, thank you very much to all the participants for being so active throughout the day. And we had a very quality discussion, very immense discussion, I would say. And again, we have developed the online sheet. Please take time, go to the sheet and put all the requested details over there. And please also do click on all the LinkedIn profile links, and please do ensure that do recommendations on LinkedIn profiles. So it would be kind of your offline task when we will be joining by tomorrow. So we will be definitely looking into all the details you put on the Excel sheet, and try to not only follow each one of us on LinkedIn, but also do recommend, put your recommendations there as well. So thank you very much, and all the participants. So see you tomorrow. Take care. Have a healthy day. Take care. Bye bye.